Yo, what is up, guys? We are back with another episode, and today it's going to be episode 19 of All the Mods 10. And what we're going to be getting into today is, so we got to the DT fuel last episode, which it is starting to build up pretty fast. I added some speed upgrades in, and so that's just cooking away right now, right here. And we're running low on tritium, which I wonder why. I want to say tritium is this one right here being pushed into the solar neutron activator out top, and so like we're running low on that, but it's building up consistently right now. What is it doing? Yeah, see, it's just not, it's pumping it as fast as it can go. We have lithium going in and it being pulled out, so it's just doing it as fast as it can. And as you can see, I added a little sphere, half sphere, up to the top of our base, because this is actually where we are going to be building the mega fusion reactor, which is thankfully not explosive, even though it looks like it should be. And it is going to allow for us to be able to get basically unlimited power. And I kind of had the idea of putting it right here above the middle of our base to give our base a little bit more depth rather than just be spread out all over the place. So we're going to try this out. So what we need to do is we have all of our blocks right here that we are going to need, that we created in the last episode. And what we're actually going to do is take some diamond blocks, because why not? And we're going to stack this up. Let's go one more, and that's where we're going to start the build at, just so we can have good operating room underneath. And so the first things first, I think we're going to want the power tap coming out of the bottom, so we will put this at the bottom center. We can delete this now. And so this is a crazy easy pattern. So if we look at this, it's literally just a cross in every direction, and we're going to do it with glass. So if we go 3 that way, then 1 1 1 1, I believe, so like that. And then there will be, if this is the bottom, I'm creating it weird in my mind. Let's make this first part, so it will be like so. So we just have to recreate this pattern on every side, just like that, which we're going to take these middle pieces out, and we are going to make this glass like that. And we're going to do the same thing up right here. So what we need to do is we will build up 1 2 3, cap that off. And then all we have to do is build this out now. So we put that like this. And fill in the spots. And that's exactly how it should look. And now we just gotta do that on every single side. So 1 2 3, 1 2 2 3, 1 2 3. Keep on messing up, not a big deal. And then we can put the cap on like that. Sometimes the block placing in this game, frustrating. And now it is, we can put the cross in with the glass, put our hover on, takes our magnet off, but put our hover on because it'll make our lives a little bit easier here. Let's destroy the glass that doesn't need to be there. And we need to fill these in like so. Like that. And then now we can put our cross in the middle like so. And we have these ports that we need to use, so we'll actually put a port here in the top also, like that. And then we can take our, so we do need to have a input port right here, so we'll put this one just on this side, because why not? Like that. Give us another piece for right there, and we just need one more piece of glass, which 1, 2, oh, we do need our third exit, which will be on the opposite side of that. Boom, and then we have our last piece of glass, like so. And we just fill that in. Oh, we forgot a piece right there. And right there. So that should be that built. Let's go down to the base real quick because it is nighttime already. I feel like this happens so fast in this mod. I really just need to set up the infinite day, but we'll do that eventually. And again, I've only done this setup like maybe twice. So I could have messed it up, but I don't believe I did. It's not letting me access it, so I must have messed it up somewhere. Which it may just be where I put the input and outputs. I feel like I had that issue once before. So let's go ahead and try switching this around. We can take out a piece of glass right here, and we can toss that there, toss the glass there, and that did not complete it. Let's look at the photo real quick. So maybe that's it. That shouldn't be the issue. I feel like I've put it in the middle before in a different world. I think the issue here, so it should be 3, 3, and then 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 3. So yeah, that's set up right. Oh, that's what I'm missing right there. Okay, that is what I'm missing. I'm missing the controller itself. Let's put the controller in there, and that completed it. Boom. Just overlooked the controller. Okay, and then we do need to build up power in this laser amplifier. So what we're actually going to do, not that way. We need to face it the other way. So let's take our diamond blocks, do this and this. Oh, we'll do one more. I think it needs to have a gap. If not, we'll change that. And we'll face that going that way. And we will have the laser just going up so it doesn't destroy anything. Like so. And then we need a lever. Actually, I don't think we need a lever. We go in here and we turn this to redstone output. Off, inverted, pulse, ignored, normal, ignored. So I believe that's right. And now we can just let this charge up with a ender gate. This isn't a cool fancy way to do it, but it's the easy way to do it. We just need to turn this off to where it's not shining in there, and we just need to let this build up to 500 million. And then once this has 500 million in it, we'll be able to turn this on. But before we are able to turn it on, we actually need to make a hologram or hologram, which to make one of these, you need to do 4 gold with some coal. So what we'll do is we'll go back down into the base and get that set up. We need to fill that with DT fuel. Also, we also need to pump our DT fuel in. So this is all we're gonna be working on while that charges up. So in here, so we need coal dust or coal, and we need gold dust, which we don't have any, so we'll just do a quick 100 if we can grab it. 100 coal dust. And then we can take this, throw that in there, throw those in, make some of those, dump the excess, do that. Take our holorams. Ooh, how do you spell those? H-O-H. Take our holorams, because I do mess this up sometimes. And then we should be able to charge that up like this. Boom, have that charged up. So those are all charged, so we're good to go with the holorams. And then now all we need to do is we need to pump our fuel in. So this is where we need to take a wireless block. We need 2 of these. We're gonna need our memory controller, memory cards. We got 2 of those. So then we're gonna need our wireless. And then so what I would like to do is I'm just gonna set this down right here, and then I believe we can copy this one. We can bring this down all the way to right here, and I believe we can just, we'll put it on this one, this side, like that, connect it, and then we will grab a P2P channel from right here. I believe that should work. Hopefully it's not a light source. It's annoying. I don't understand why it does a light source sometimes, but it does. And what we can do is we can take some cable. I like blue, just because I like this color. And we also would like some dense cables. Take those out. Boom. Take some dense cables, we'll pull this up like this. We need a P2P channel, P2P, take that, toss that there, hit it with the memory card, which that is on, and we can bring the dense up to this out port right here, and we can do an exporter just like so, which, ooh, we have to do a, so we need to do a interface first, interface. I believe we can, it doesn't have to be the block, so we can do an interface, right? So interface there, and then take our export bus, put that there, and if we connect it with the cable, like so, I believe this can work. And we need to put DT fuel in here. DT. We put that right there. That should automatically pull. Alright, and put DT fuel there. Oh, this is put the wrong way. I don't think it matters what wrench it is. Nope. Okay. And then let's take this. And then if we put the interface there. Oh, I meant to put the export bus there. Export bus there. And then if we attach the interface, can you attach the interface? No, not directly to it. And I think that's because this needs to be a regular wire. Like so. And then if we connect it with a cable, no? Okay, let's make an interface real quick. Because I did this once before, right? And I believe we just had to connect it to an interface. I don't think you can do interface directly to it. Can Can you put interface directly on that? Oh, you can. Good to know. Manually in there, and then maybe you can have this go like this, and then we need a regular like that, and then we need to put DT fuel, T fuel in there. There we go, and then DT fuel in there. We need some acceleration cards. Acceleration cards. Take those. Toss those in there, and then now this is full with DT fuel, and it'll be transferring it fast enough for it to keep up, which is like the big deal with that, is that like if you don't do it that way, it won't keep up to where then it won't ignite. So you have to do it with the interface, or like it just won't pump enough in fast enough, which it takes 500 millibuckets. How much DT fuel do we have? We have a lot. Okay, so we're chilling. We need to pump the energy out, which we can do that similar. All we will have to do is take our blue cable that we just threw away, cable, and a access point, access energy acceptor, which this needs to go into, ooh, not one of those, into a accessor, and then this can be turned into one of those, and then this needs to go on one of the output sides, which can just be this side. Take that and cable that in like this. Let me take this one out because that's not needed. Boom. And so now that should be pulling the power out. How much this is at? This is at 190 million. So what we can do, don't recommend it really, but to speed things up here, all right, 200, we'll go sleep real quick, and then we will come right back, and we should be able to start that, which will give us basically infinite power, and we're going to pump it straight into our ME system, which hopefully I gotta put an access point. Not import, it's an access point. Because right now, if we go FE, we have 4.8 billion FE, which is a lot. Don't get me wrong, it is a lot. We do have enough. We have enough in here for this shot. So what you do is you put your hologram in there, and then you turn this on, which that should have ignited it. I'm not seeing it, so we did something wrong. Of course, and we just almost died. Holy. The lasers are not a joke. So turn that off. I don't know what the issue was. I think the issue might have been that this is not close enough, which is very possible. We just use some Farium blocks, not a big deal. And we will build this a block away. I have these issues sometimes, which is frustrating with this part of the mod. And so it just takes some messing around with, and then you can eventually get it. Which it could just be that I need more energy being put into it, but like it's only supposed to be at 400 million. And so this should be pumping full of energy. We can speed this up once again. And so I'll get back up there and we'll try it one more time, which it should have enough fuel in there. Just make sure it's still pulling the fuel out. It is. Oh, actually, I don't think he used the importer. That might have been the issue. So the video that I watched on this a while back is you actually don't use an importer. What you use is a mechanism transporter, fluid transporter, pump rate. It's not ultimate, was a speed, pump rate. think he used these, because you can have these go through there, and then all you have to do is configure that to pull, not to push. Yeah, okay, I think that's what we needed to do. So now we can put another hologram in here. Like I said, that's why I made multiple. And then now once we turn this on, like so, there we go. You should be able to shut this off. And now we should be producing 80 million RF a second. So now if we type in FE, we have, yeah, a tick, not a second, a tick. If we check in the logistics here, we are generating right now, it's not built up all the way. We're generating 40 million FE a tick, which is just insane. And our fuel burn rate isn't even high enough because we can set this to 96. FE, and we're going to build our way up to the max amount of FE, which is 80 million. Where you see the passive generation. And so this will just be going, it doesn't explode, doesn't do anything like that, and it is just pumping FE into our system, which is nice. I know this looks a little wonky with the cables and everything, which I might try to figure out a way to do it wireless. Like, you can't really do it wirelessly. Like, you have to have some cables hooked up to it. So we're just gonna do it like this. Might look like a little bit of an eye, so we can probably cable management and like decorate it up to where it looks like it's something that's holding it, which we might do in the future. But as of right now, we are chilling with that because now we have unlimited power because this is the end game power. Only thing we'll have to worry about at this point is the power filling up, which that's not necessarily a worry because we can just like get rid of it. But like you said, we can hold a lot of power and these cards are not hard to make, so we should be all right at the end of the day. But now that we have that set up, because we need that type of power to be able to handle antimatter, because antimatter takes an unbelievably large amount of power to create. But we need to have ethylene to create antimatter. So we need to first create liquid ethylene, which is done, oh, never mind, we don't need liquid ethylene, we just need regular ethylene, which is done by using sugar water or water and hydrogen plus biofuel will create substrate, and then we can take the substrate and ethylene and make something out of that. So we're back in the processing lab real quick that we have a bunch of stuff in here. So we need to process in a pressure reaction chamber water and hydrogen. So I'm going to need biofuel. So what we need to do is make a pressurized reaction chamber, which is easy enough. Boom, boom. Let's make one of those. And then, do we have any of these down anywhere? Chemical infuser. I don't see a pressurized reaction chamber. So what we're going to do is we're just going to stack this one on top of here. It's not the same, but it's okay. And we're going to need import or exporters and importers. Exporters, importers, and then cables, and acceleration cards. And then we are going to want to get the hydrogen and water pumped into here. So I believe we can do it off of one exporter, I believe. So if we do this and we put the hydrogen and water on that, put that in there, and then we have our import on this side, and that's taking this out, because what we also need to pump in there is those. And so if we connect these with cables like this, they have channels, that's good, that's full. The water is not in there though, because that's flowing water. water, just like so. Now the water's in there. Now this should be producing the substrate. So now all we need to do is make sure it pulls out the ethylene. We need to make a card for that downstairs. We also need to supply this with power, like so. So let's go make an ethylene card real fast. Chemical, create one of these. Boom. I'm gonna put ethylene in there. Take that out. Put that. Oh, that's not where that goes. That goes in there. Ethylene. And now we might just want to speed up the production of this machine, which eventually we could probably switch everything over to FE power. But we also need this to take out substrate, which is fine. I can just go right there. Boom, that gets taken out. Ethylene gets taken out. So that's just working, and we can put upgrades in here. So let's do that real fast. So we just need to go speed, energy, and we can make sure to take out the speed out of here. Oh, no, it's only 16. We can do 16. And so now we have ethylene being produced at a pretty fast rate. The only thing that needs to be put in here is a crafting card, because if it needs to, it will have to craft the biofuel. So that's all taken care of. We can put the wands back like that, and then we use the ethylene to be able to make the substrate, which is the substrate is used to make H2B pellets in another pressurized reaction chamber. So we can create that once again. 1, 2. We need more buckets. Create a tank. We need one of these. Create that. Boom, boom. Create another one of those. We're just going to stack it just like that. And then this one we need to export, import cables, acceleration cards. Okay, so what we can do with this one is we should be able to import everything we need. So we need to import the ethylene, and then this is used with ethylene, substrate, and oxygen. We can multiply substrate with ethylene. Interesting. Don't really need to do that. So oxygen, and then those need to go in there just like so, and then this will be taking out the H2B pellets right there. What else does this create with it making pellets? Doesn't create anything. So now we should just be able to hook those up just like so. We'll put our acceleration cards in like that. It's not putting the oxygen in. Is it the chemical setup? No, it should be importing from left. Do we not have any oxygen? No, we have 42K oxygen. Does it need power? Let's put a power gate on it real fast. But it's just not picking up the oxygen, which is weird. Take the oxygen out, take the oxygen out. Let's grab the oxygen from our FE system. Toss that in there. Oh, maybe it needs to be input. Does that have 2 inputs? No, it just has 1 input. Input. Yeah, it only has 1 input. Wonder why that's not pulling the oxygen in. We can try adding another exporter to it. It's not a big deal. Tossing the oxygen in there. See if that works. Maybe it can't move 2 chemicals at a time. It's a possibility. And then I need to change this back to input also. That doesn't seem to be the issue. Oh, that would be the issue. They're in the wrong areas. So take that out. I need to dump this, which I don't think I can without picking that up. Maybe, I believe we can reset it by going like that. And we dump that in. No, we might have to make a whole new one. I don't understand how to reset this, because you can't dump it. So let's just make a new one of these. Let's make sure the oxygen goes in first. Or no, oxygen goes in second, not first. Let me put that in. And then this should accept it from. Wait, is that fluid? Does it need to be liquid ethylene? It needs to be liquid ethylene. That's where we messed up. Okay. So to get liquid ethylene, it's in a rotary condensator, right? And it needs to be condensating it, which we have a rotary condensator put up here. What's this creating? That's creating that. So let's make another rotary condensator. Rotary condensator. Stack it on all the other ones. And then we want it to condense-and-trate. So we're going to want export and import. So we're going to export. Oh, actually we have that set up differently on the rest of them. Have export there, import there. So we want to export, actually, but we want this to do the opposite. So export there, import there, because we want to export the ethylene, turn it into liquid ethylene. Like that. The speed card's in. Speed card's in. Throw power on it. Like that. Do that. Do that. And then that should be pumping in. Clear, so chemical wise it needs to be inputting from the left and outputting to the right. Do those not have channels? They do not have channels, okay. Which is fine. Hold on, we just connect these again. We're just gonna add more channels down here. Wireless. Which actually, hold on, what? Oh, about that. You have one of these. This is only using 16. Is this connected right here? these connected? Yes, they are. Look at that. Just needed to do some rewiring, no biggie. Okay. So rewiring, now we got that going. So now if we come over here and put the liquid ethylene in here, that should fill up. Yep, there we go. And then we need to put power on here. Boom. So now it's powered, and now it should be creating HDP pellets, which we needed to be able to create all of this stuff. We need the HDP pellet sheets, which takes 3 in an enrichment chamber. So once we get those, we'll have that. I'm just gonna let that run. We need to put some speed upgrades in these though. Speed, energy. So let's do speed, energy. We need to take some of these out. Like that. And then we can come over here, do energy, speed, just make sure that those had it. And we should be good. And I know that was a lot to take in the episode because we did get unlimited power. Let's look at our FE real quick. FE, we have 6.5 G, which I believe is like billions. It's all coming from this guy right here, which I believe is active, but it's just not showing it's active. Did we run out of DT fuel? We did run out of DT fuel. So we will have to create more DT. We have to up our DT fuel, which I'll do in between episodes, because right now this is all that we have being created. And so it looks like we might have to set up another tritium generator right over here, which we have one that is making tritium. It's just not doing it fast enough. And it's just because we don't have enough. And I don't believe I can power this because it needs to be solar powered. So we might just have to add a couple of the tritium creators right here because we have everything else to make that. So I'll do that in between episodes, and we'll be able to start that up and still go with our power, and we'll be able to distill more. But other than that, I hope you guys did enjoy the episode. If you guys have any questions about what was going on, please let me know in the comments below and I will explain them. Next episode, we will be getting into antimatter, and that's what we just created with all of our mechanism stuff in this room, is stuff to make the HDP pellets, which can then be created into sheets, which will allow us to make the SPS casings and everything that we need to make the antimatter. And so we'll make that next episode, and after that we'll be basically done with mechanism to my knowledge, and we'll be moving on to other parts of the mod. So hope you guys did enjoy. I'll catch you guys later.